Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Today we are going to talk about Prophet Idris alayhi salam. Allah has praised Enoch, describing him as being a prophet and truthful. Mentioned in the book Quran, Idris, verily, he was a man of truth and a prophet. We raised him to a high station. Enoch was born and raised in Babylon, following the teachings and religion of the Prophet Adam, peace be upon him, and his son Seth, peace be upon him. Enoch was the fifth generation of Prophet Adam. He called the people back to his forefathers' religion, but only a few listened to him, while the majority turned away. Prophet Enoch and his followers left Babylon for Egypt. There he carried on his mission, calling people to what is just and fair, teaching them certain prayers and instructing them to fast on certain days and to give a portion of their wealth to the poor. He was the first of the children of Adam to be given prophethood after Adam and Seth, peace be upon them. It is reported that he was the first to invent the basic form of writing. Some of his wise sayings are, happy is he who looks at his own deeds and appoints them as pleaders to his Lord. None can show better gratitude for Allah's favor than he who shares them with others. Do not envy people for what they have, as they will only enjoy it for a short while. He who indulges in excess will not benefit from it. The real joy of life is to have wisdom. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala awarded Idris alayhi salam with the skill in various fields of science, such as mathematics and astronomy. Prophet Idris, also known to be an expert in making the tools of human needs. He knew all the languages on earth. It is narrated from Wahab that Idris was a well-built man with a broad chest. He had less hair on his body and more on his head. His one ear is bigger than the other. He had scanty hair on his chest and spoke in a low voice. While walking, his feet used to come close to one another. He is also known as the Idris because he used to teach about the magnanimity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the excellence of Islam. When Idris alayhi salam came after Seth alayhi salam, he was of course the ruler, a prophet and the messenger and the leader, and he ruled by Allah, his law, and he changed some of the Sharia of the Seth alayhi salam. And one of the things that Idris came up with at that time was jihad. The first prophet and the messenger to call for jihad was Idris alayhi salam. When he saw the corruption spreading, especially among the people of Cain, and that corruption is spreading even within the people of Idris, so Idris alayhi salam declared a war against the corruption and against the corrupt people. He prepared an army of the horsemen and the people walking and fighting against the people of Cain. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the victory to Idris alayhi salam, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Quran and mentioned Ismail, Idris and Dhul-Kifl. All were of the patient, and we admitted them into our mercy. Indeed, they were of the righteous. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about him in Surat Maryam and mentioned in the book Idris, indeed, he was a man of truth and a prophet, and we raised him to a high station. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, when he went to the Isra wa Miraj, on the journey of the Miraj, he met prophets and messengers in every heaven, and he met Idris alayhi salam in the fourth heaven. Allah revealed to Idris one day the rewards of all the good deeds of mankind every single day. Over his own deeds, own rewards, over the good deeds of Idris alayhi salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also gives him the reward of all the people living at the time of Idris alayhi salam. So he thanked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he realized that the only way to increase more reward is to live for longer. And one of the angels was a good friend of the Idris alayhi salam and a companion to him. So Idris told this angel that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to me that every single day I get all the good rewards and the deeds of all the people on the surface of this earth without my own reward at the top of my own good deeds. Is there any chance that you could talk to the angel of the death and ask him to delay my life and for me to live even longer? So the angel said, "We will see." So the Idris alayhi salam went on the back of this angel and flew with him all the way to the heavens. And then they met with the angel of the death on the fourth heaven. So this angel told the angel of the death that Idris is asking that if you could make him live longer. So the angel of the death said, "And where is Idris?" He said, "He is on my back." So the angel of the death said, "Amazing." Angel asked, "What is amazing?" Angel of the death said, "Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered me to take the soul of Idris in the fourth heaven, and I wondered how I am going to do this." I was amazed. Subhanallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it happen. Idris alayhi salam came with one intention, angel of the death came with another, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only happens what he wills. Idris alayhi salam passed away, and his soul was taken in the fourth heaven, the only prophet who died in the fourth heaven. Subhanallah. Following the death of the Prophet Idris, corruption began to increase rapidly again. Several generations later, with no prophetic guidance, Satan finally managed to influence the children of the Adam to commit their first act of shirk, polytheism, beginning of the idol worship after the death of Idris alayhi salam. Corruption was increasing until Idris alayhi salam destroyed a great portion of it. After the death of Idris alayhi salam, corruption started to increase even more and more, but people still believe in one Lord. They don't believe in any idols, any sun or any moon. But you see a lot of people that are Muslims, they believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but they fell in haram. That's how the situation was of back then, especially after the death of Idris alayhi salam. People stayed on Tawheed, on monotheism, and oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for 1,000 years.